Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a giddy couple in love that loves reacting to some Genshin Impact.
Yes, we do.
So this is Genshin Impact, the Lantern Rite Festival. Checking out the cutscenes for that. And if you want all of our reactions for Genshin Impact, we got a playlist. But if you want to get early ad-free access, you can get a month ahead on Patreon or by joining our YouTube membership. The little join button's down below and the link's in the description of this video for Patreon.
Yep.
Ready to do this?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Young man, if I may be so bold, how much for
This one has the guy instead of the girl for the main character.
What a strange
First
thing
time.
to say! But Paimon's curious, what number did you have in mind exactly? Forget it. Let's assume you meant Paimon is worth more than Mora combined.
Yes, we did.
As a matter of fact, I'm having some financial trouble recently. I probably couldn't afford it. I'm just a small-time merchant anyway. I don't deal in rare and exotic treasures.
Ooh, is he flirting with Paimon?
The more you talk, the more suspicious you seem.
Yes, yes.
My, someone's in a grumpy mood, aren't they? Here, maybe some candy will make you feel better.
No, you creeper! Don't get in his van!
Suspiciously trustworthy.
Suspiciously trustworthy.
Oh, Paimon.
So, I assume you two are in Liyue for the Lantern Rite? This year's Mingxiao Lantern is supposed to be a sight well worth the wait. The plastrite that will lift the lantern into the air is the largest in 20 years.
Ooh,
It's big
la
enough to
la.
make you wonder if the fabled floating city in the clouds really does exist.
It does, we've
I
seen it.
guess it must just be held up by a similarly sized chunk of plastrite.
Sounds awesome.
Yay, happy Buttwinkle.
I hope our paths cross again. Welcome to Liyue. Well, I can't speak for the whole of Liyue Harbor, but you're always welcome in my store, at least.
No, we're not going to your creepy little store.
So many stalls.
Paimon wants to go shopping.
Everywhere. Can just feel the history all around.
Okay, yeah.
I'm Ching Ching. I just donated Dolly. She's my rag doll. Last
Aw.
night in my dream, Dolly told me her wish was to fly up into the sky and see the view. So I gave her to the lady over by the big deer lantern. Dolly's wish will come true now. Won't it?
No, you condemned Dolly to slavery
I
now.
did the right thing, didn't I?
No.
Wishes are
Dolly's gonna
supposed to
die.
come true at the lantern, right? Aren't they?
Aww.
There seems to be something mysterious about this.
This year's
Hey,
Mingxiao
Banner Pink.
Lantern is dedicated to Skybracer. He always was a show-off. I'm sure he will be very pleased. Well, that's the plan.
Creepy pensive
I
dude in the
do hope
foreground.
they make the antlers big
Thank you
enough.
for changing.
They were his pride and joy, after all. The story goes that the antlers were made from the very essence of Rex Lapis's divine power, which made it the hardest material in all of Liyue. But then that fateful battle happened. The gods exchanged powerful blows, and the mountain started collapsing. To avoid impacting the villagers at the foot of the mountain, the Adeptus got his friend to chop his antlers off. He used those blood-drenched antlers as a wedge to prop up the mountain. And if that wasn't enough of a sacrifice, he then kept on fighting until his blood was drained and his life ran out. Thanks to him, Mount Tianheng still stands tall and proud to this day, and the blood that he lost in the battle turned into the Bishui River. Whether you believe the story or not, I'm just happy you're willing to listen to me tell it. Surely
No problem.
the reason the Lantern Rite exists is because people throughout the ages have chosen to come together as friends, rather than stay in isolation. Goodbye. May the flames of wisdom spread to all and never be extinguished.
down, who knows where it would fly off to?
This is the plasterite to be used for the Ming Xiao lantern. The whole of the Xiao market is centered around it.
Oh, hello. Who are you?
I'm Zhang Zhou. Recently, I've been tracking progress on the construction of the Ming Xiao lantern. You seem like newcomers. Is this your first lantern ride?
Yes. How can you tell?
Well, I don't remember running into any weird and wonderful mascots at last year's festival.
Mascots?
You'll see lots of people releasing little lanterns during the festival. Those ones are called Xiao lanterns. But there's also a huge one, a joint effort by all the people of Liyue Harbor. That one is called the Ming Xiao lantern. Almost every business in Liyue has a booth at the annual Xiao market. But despite its popularity, this is the one time of the year they're not looking to make a profit. The street market exists solely to raise the funds and materials required for the Ming Xiao lantern construction.
That's nice.
So, the Xiao Market. Does it have stuff you can eat?
Of course, Paimon.
Plenty. And if I do
The
say so
sticky honey
myself,
roast.
the Lantern Rite is the best festival for sampling Liyue's local delicacies. It is
That gets
Liyue's
exciting.
biggest annual festival, after all. Showing off your craft is a great way to drum up a reputation. So even if there's no mora to be made, everyone is secretly going all out to get their produce under the spotlight.
Folks in Liyue are so smart.
If you need any help, you can look for Wangya. She's overseeing the Lantern Rite. She's usually somewhere around the Xiao market. She's your first port of call.
Oh, will she know which stall sells the tastiest stuff?
No doubt. When it comes to the Lantern Rite, no one knows more than she does.
Got it. Let's go to the Xiao Market and look for Wangya. And then go to the stall with the tastiest food and eat till we're stuffed.
Paimon knows how to live.
She does.
That was
Hi, can I
a
help
quick
you?
find.
From the look of you, you don't hail from Liyue. Are you traveling through? Welcome to the Xiao Market. Overseeing? Not exactly. The Lantern Rite Festival belongs to the whole of Liyue. It's not just one person's to oversee. I'm just taking care of a few small things, doing my bit to make sure everyone who joins in the festivities has a good time.
We want to know where the tastiest food in the whole wide Xiao Market is.
The tastiest?
You love
Hard
different
to say.
tastes.
I guess that depends on your personal preference.
Yeah.
Still, what I can tell you is that everyone's talking about Yin Yan's stall. If it gets any busier over there, I'm gonna have to bring the millilith to keep things orderly. Hey, you'd best get over there quick before the streets get too crowded with people. Oh, and if you are heading to Yin Yan, please do me a favor and run this document over to him.
Oh, that's where you're
It's a
sending us
summary
over
of the
there
data From
now.
last year's Lantern Rite, compiled by the Ministry of Civil Affairs. It has a few operational tips for our vendors. If you're heading in
not
that
really great, is
direction,
it?
it'd be a great help. As thanks, I've got a gift for you when you get back.
Sure, you'll be gone by then. I know, a scam. When I see one.
You really don't have enough hands on deck.
Oh,
If I'd
everything's really
known,
close
I
in this
would've roped
festival.
some others in.
What's the best thing on the menu?
Ah, customers. Take a look and decide for yourself. I can do anything on the menu. Or if there's something in particular you're after, I can do that instead.
I also
Do a
don't see
sticky roast?
a huge crowd here either.
Huh. Now that you mention it, you do have a lot of options for a food stall.
Naturally. If there's a dish I can't cook, I've yet to hear about it.
This is the document.
Uh-huh. Same every year. The old operational tips. How's this for a tip? Leave the handbook to one side and concentrate on the killer cooking. Hand it over. I'll use it to feed the fire later. Come on then, place your orders. Aren't you here to eat?
There are
Paimon
so
definitely is.
many. This one looks good, but Paimon wants to try that one too. Huh? Grilled tigerfish. That's the one Pervasi's love to eat, isn't it? Seeing as the Lantern Rite is about commemorating the heroes of the past, let's order this one. This can be our way of honoring his memory.
Ah, your friend has a good eye for food. That's our specialty. Please wait.
Her specialty
I'll have
is
it ready
finding
for
great
you in
food.
no time. Okay, here's your grilled tigerfish. What do you think?
Delicious.
Paimon's an expert in eating. Yes, she is.
Of course. of a guide would Paimon be otherwise?
Best tour
Well,
guide to
hope you
have.
enjoy your food. I gotta see to some other customers. If you get hungry again, you know where I am.
There's nobody else here.
Exactly. He's so busy. Sure.
So you're back. What do you think? Yin Yan makes some mean.
I think you're lazy that
grub,
you couldn't
huh?
just walk down to that pier and give him that document.
Tasty.
He said he would
Oh
make it back.
yeah? He said that last year too. If he'd listened to our marketing tips, he'd be doing even better by now. Anyway, not to worry. Here's the gift I was talking about. This Xiao lantern is for you.
Wow, such a beautiful lantern. How is it made?
I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to explain the process concisely. But if you're interested in Xiao lanterns, you can ask Jingming over there. He's in charge of both the Xiao and Ming Xiao lanterns.
So he's responsible for this super duper huge one too?
That's right. He should be easy to find. Just over there, I think.
If we could make a Xiao lantern for Xiao, maybe that would cheer him up a bit.
Aww.
Let's find Jingming and see what he has to say.
Good job, Paimon.
At this rate, we should be able to meet the deadline. Teach you how to make Xiao lanterns. Oh, You don't look like locals to me. Looking to try your hand at making your own? I'll be happy to teach you. There's no one way to make a Xiao lantern, but let me start by showing you the simplest one. I should have some spare materials over here. Just a second. They still need a bit of work. Take these and give it a go.
That was so complicated. Paimon is all out of brain juice. Did you get it?
Paimon is all out of brain juice.
It all comes with practice. No one's expecting your first try to be perfect. Folks like you who want to learn my
gonna steal
craft
that
are
line from
rare
Paimon.
find nowadays.
Brain
Did you
juice.
build that humongous Ming Xiao lantern using the same method?
That one? I suppose it's fair to say the method is the same, broadly speaking. But no single person can take credit for it.
Everyone's so
All
humble when
Liyue
it comes to
together to make it.
this festival.
So it was a community effort?
Surely you've heard about it. The Xiao Market is actually a fundraiser aiming to support the Ming Xiao Lantern's construction.
Whoa, so that's how the Ming Xiao lantern is built.
Such is the Lantern Rite tradition. The Ministry of Civil Affairs might be covering the bulk of the costs, but it's the citizens of Liyue that donate the materials, among many other things.
Oh, so that's what that little girl meant when she said she donated her ragdoll. But since when do you build Ming Xiao lanterns out of ragdolls?
Well, the Lantern Rite is a major festival. If somebody wants to make a contribution, no matter how small, or in this case symbolic, we tend not to reject them. All well-meaning contributions are gratefully received. Especially considering how grand of an occasion the Lantern Rite is for everyone. People believe that joining the effort might bring them good luck. Alrighty then. Shouldn't you get going? With all that the festival has to offer, I'm sure you must be on a busy schedule. Of course, if you want to make another Xiao Lantern at any time, you know where to find me. Happy Lantern Rite. Have fun.
Happy Lantern Night.
So, did you find Jingming?
We did! He taught us all about how to make Xiao lanterns. Even though Paimon can't really remember any of it.
She was out of brain
No
juice.
worries.
Yes.
You can always ask Jingming if you need to refresh your memory. I should go. Duty calls. Happy Lantern, right?
Hello again, Wangya. How's the Ming Xiao lantern construction coming along?
Not great.
Good to see you two. The Ming Xiao Lantern is coming along smoothly, thank
Okay.
you. We're almost done collecting the required plastrite. The project should be completed in a few days. You'll have to come by when it's done.
Plastrite?
Plastrite is the main component of any Ming Xiao lantern. Most of the donations we get from the city folk are either Mora or plastrite. A lot of them carve their heart's desires onto the plastrite they donate as a prayer for good fortune and other blessings.
Paimon wants some good fortune too. Let's find some plastrite and make a wish.
Since you seem so eager to donate, how about about you keep your eyes open for less common varieties of plustrite? Those are the ones we lack the most at the moment. One is called azurite. It is occasionally found in the northern part of Mount Tianheng. When azurite gets caught in the roots of ordinary vegetation, it sometimes produces bloaty floaties.
Bloaty floaties!
The other one is called vermilionite, which is extremely dangerous as far as most people are concerned. In Guili Plains, old ruin hunters who have lost the power of flight use vermilionite to keep themselves airborne. It's a tall order, but I'm sure you can manage.
Wanya, we're back with a fresh supply of azurite and vermilionite.
I knew I could count on you. Let me see. Yep, without a doubt, these are azurite and vermilionite. But don't you want to make your wishes? You
dare
brought back
doubt
just
us?
enough materials
Question
for
us?
both of you. Come on, get carving.
Done. Paimon prays for a bottomless stomach to eat more delicacies with. And you?
Yeah, but they may never be full and
Paimon
satisfied.
Huh? Well, that doesn't sound like something you'd wish for.
That's my sister's deepest desire.
So
Oh.
you made a wish for her instead. Don't you worry. Paimon will help you find her, and we'll spend the next lantern right together. Then we'll release a gazillion shell lanterns to make up for all those
It's a
wishes
lot.
you've never had a chance to make.
You sure will.
If you're done with your carvings, you can hand over your azurite and vermilionite to me.
Miss Wangya.
Oh no, we'll go with the ragdoll.
Well, hello, Chang Chang. What's up, little missy? Can't find your granddad?
Granddad said he's busy and I should go play on my own.
She doesn't have her right doll.
I want to make a shell lantern, but I don't know how. Miss Wangya, could you help me make a shell lantern?
She's very
Sure
busy.
thing, but promise me that you'll go back home as soon as we're done playing. With so many people at the festival, your granddad will be worried sick if you stay out too long.
Thank you, Miss Wangya. I'll be a good girl. I promise.
I certainly do. That's how I made my first Mora, helping visitors make shell lanterns by the docks. Ah, good times. I should really
Wish
stay
you
here to
said
keep
that.
an eye on the girl. Hey, could I bother you to go to the construction site at the dock and gather some building materials?
Yeah, you love sending us on missions to do
Thanks.
your job.
I appreciate it.
With Kaya.
Look over there. That guy's acting very suspicious. Don't you think?
Hey, what you doing? What you
Moody?
staring at me like that for? Get going. What? Huh? All right. If you all won't get going, I'm just gonna get going myself, I guess.
Okay, weirdo.
Paimon thought he might be a shady character. Then he opened his mouth and now Paimon's sure of it.
Yes, Paimon, your instincts were dead on.
Up to something when he was crouching down on the ground, because as soon as he saw us approaching, he stood up and acted all innocent. Paimon has a bad feeling about this.
Yep.
What could he be up to? Let's investigate. Well, this area is full of construction supplies for the Mingqiao lantern. Paper, oil, wood.
Sounds like it'll create a hell of a fire.
Highly flammable materials.
Yep. Nothing's bad.
On the last day of the lantern rite, huge crowds come out to watch the Mingqiao lantern being released. It can't be a good sign if there's a suspicious character lurking around somewhere so dangerous.
He's still there, right behind you.
He's been tampering with the stockpile of lantern supplies. Let's get the materials we came for first. We can tell Wangya about the situation when we get back.
Are you taking this very seriously?
Because everyone in Liyue has worked really hard for this. No one should be allowed to spoil it, period.
The real reason?
Oh, fine. There's so many delicacies in Liyue Harbor.
Exactly.
Matsutake meat rolls, mora meat, almond tofu.
Reading those off the menu.
Did you get the materials? Ah, yes, these will do. Let me make a shell lantern for Ching Ching.
There's more.
We saw a shady character skulking around the highly flammable materials was at the construction site. He looked like he was up to no good.
I see. Okay.
Paimon never
Please
wrong about
inform
these
the
things.
Ministry of Civil Affairs about what you saw. I'll talk to Jingming. With so many people visiting for the Lantern Rite, we can't afford to ignore something like this.
Miss Wangya, is something bad gonna happen at the Lantern Rite?
Yes.
To a darling
Yes, it
little
is.
angel like you, Chang Chang. Come on now, good girl. Head back to your granddad and don't get distracted along the way. We don't want to make him worry.
You never did show her how to make a lantern.
No, just made us give them the materials so she can make her own lantern.
This is the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs.
We're here to report a suspicious individual.
We saw a shady-looking guy snooping around near the stockpile of highly flammable Mingxiao lantern supplies. We must defend the grilled tigerfish food stall at all costs.
She's very serious about that.
This is a serious matter indeed.
Exactly what Paimon thought.
Oh,
Liyue Harbor's cuisine is the heart and soul of the city.
It seems we disagree on where the seriousness of the matter lies. You're not wrong, my little friend. Rest easy. The Ministry of Civil Affairs has assigned a specialist to keep the Lantern Rite safe. I will inform him of
specialist.
this matter and order him to step up vigilance in due course.
In due course? This is serious. Why not get your butt over there and tell him straight away?
I wish I could, but he's yet to return. He's taken a small team to Guili Plains. Huh? But you're a traveler, aren't you? You've come all this way for the Lantern Rite, and yet you are willing to lend a hand?
It's what we do.
We're experts in this kind of stuff. We lend hands all the time. Oh, like the time we...
Really? Huh. Then we are indebted to you. Travelers are so kind these days. Ah, yes. No
Nothing's free.
commission should go
Get ready
unpaid.
for more.
I will take care of the compensation.
Oh, okay.
Again, thank you both.
Didn't actually expect any compensation. That's nice.
Who are you? Oh, thank you. If it weren't for your help, today may have ended quite differently.
What is it you're doing?
I'm in charge of keeping the Lantern Rite safe. A lot comes out of the woodwork
Just
at this
you?
time of year. There are thieves around every corner. I encountered one during my patrol just now, so I called a few men and we pursued them out here. Once we got here, we decided to split up. I was searching this area. The thief seems to have made a clean getaway, and I sure didn't bank on these monsters being here. I was just assessing whether it would be better to send for reinforcements or find another way to disperse them. And that's when you showed up and dealt with them. And thank goodness. I don't know how long it would have taken for the others to get here. Well, I need to get back to looking for that thief. But thanks for your help. Until next time.
Wait a second. We're not done here.
Yeah.
Oh, is there something else?
Suspicious character down at the harbor.
Another one? It's interminable. Right. When I get back, I'll get the other troops to be extra vigilant in the area.
No, go now.
In the middle of the festival, too. What are they up to?
How many days are there?
The feeling...
So the Ministry of Civil Affairs isn't up to the task?
Paimon thinks so too. With our wealth of experience, adventuring far and wide, we should be able to get to the bottom of this. So let's go back to the place where we witnessed the shady-looking guy. Paimon hears from patrol officers that criminals love to go back for another look at the crime scene after the event. It's a psychological
She watches
thing,
Law and Order.
apparently.
Yeah.
Crime
That's
hasn't even
why
happened
there's
yet.
no time to lose. When there's highly flammable materials involved, once the crime happens, it'll be too late. Aha! Knew it. Wait, there's another person.
Hey! Ciao.
Wouldn't assume the Chow's suspicious though.
No. But what's he doing there?
What are you doing here?
Huh? Xiao, are you here for the festival?
No.
I have no interest in Lantern Rite. I sensed a malign influence here. I'm here to investigate.
Okay,
When a
good.
shackle is loosened in the realms of deities and demons, I take full responsibility. But this time, the threat comes from the mortal world. Your world. Thus you shall take full responsibility, mortal traveler. When the time comes, I hope you shall act promptly and decisively. I do not wish for the tassel of the polearm that has slaughtered countless demons to become stained with mortal blood.
What's this?
A symbol that your suspected evildoer left behind.
Doesn't look familiar to Paimon.
Well, you will have to show me how much you can accomplish on your own strength. Because if I become involved, there is a possibility that the streets of Liyue Harbor will be painted red this lantern rite.
Damn.
That sounds terrible.
That was very dramatic.
Let's not be impulsive. Why don't we figure out the origins of this symbol first? The one the suspected criminal left behind. Oh, Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that Kaya will know something about it.
Right, I think Kai will know about it.
Well, well. Long time no see.
Kaya, we went to the lantern rite in Liyue.
Ah, well. How was it? Fun?
Delicious.
Well then, you ought to be looking forward to Mondstadt's Ludi Harpastum. I'm sure it will be to your liking.
Get to the point, Paimon.
Right. Kaya, there's something we need to tell you about.
Lantern supplies. Stockpile of wood, paper, and oil. At the very least, it sounds like an accident waiting to happen.
Yeah.
How very amusing. What makes you think I would recognize
Exactly.
this symbol?
You flirt with the dark side, so you would know.
Oh, that about sums it up.
I'm flattered. But don't you think you might be overestimating me?
Probably.
There it is! At last! Kaya displays the knightly virtue of modesty. Perfectly articulated and masterfully delivered.
My goodness. Your stay in Liyue seems to have sharpened your wit and broadened your vocabulary. Anyway, I digress. This is the symbol.
So you did know.
Cross-border criminal organization you know as the Treasure Hoarders. If you are curious to know more, I can put you in touch with an informant on the inside.
Didn't you just say the Knights of Favonius don't have dealings with their enemies?
Mm-hmm.
This is my own personal informant. Nothing to do with the Knights of Favonius. A little later, make your way over to Windrise. I'll arrange for the informant to meet you there.
Thanks, Kaya!
Oh, and remember, wine begets wisdom.
Huh?
Okay.
Hey,
Nimrod?
you're the guy, right? Kaya's informant?
Informant? Not me.
But this is the place we agreed upon, and you're the only other one here, so...
Place we agreed upon? I know nothing.
Ugh, stop being so annoying.
Wine begets wisdom. Huh.
Okay, yeah, it's me.
How was any of that even slightly necessary?
What do you want to know about?
Here's the situation.
Okay, I see.
So, what can you tell us as an insider?
I do not think this is the work of the Treasure Hoarders. The
Why do you say
reason
that?
the Treasure Hoarders are able to sustain a giant cross-border operation is because they abide by one fundamental principle. Caution. Softly, catchy monkey is the name of the game for them.
Catchy monkey?
By contrast, the idea of taking huge risks to try and make a fortune is utter folly in their eyes. Liyue has the Adepti looking after it, doesn't it? And they're especially active during the Lantern Rite. There's just no way that they
Of course I have.
slip of the tongue when you've been undercover as long as I have. Where was I just now? Oh, yes. There's no way that they, the Treasure Hoarders, would dare make a move during the Lantern Rite. Also, the Treasure Hoarders organization in Liyue recently received an anonymous letter.
Why would someone send them an anonymous letter? Trying to frame them, perhaps?
Nobody knows. But what I can tell you is which branch of the Treasure Hoarders has the letter in their possession. There. I've marked their location on the map for you.
Great! Well, Paimon thinks this was productive. This is our only solid lead. Let's not waste it.
If there's nothing more, I should get back to treasure hoarding. I mean, get back to those treasure hoarding lowlifes. To spy on them.
Oh. Like Danny Brasco, you're in too deep, man.
Yeah, seriously.
You're enjoying it. Enjoying the lifestyle. The treasure hoarder.
Sorry, pal, wrong way. Wherever you think you're going, it's that way.
But isn't that the way to Liyue Harbor?
Right. Here is nowhere. So the other way is Liyue Harbor.
If you're looking for somewhere to stay, I suggest you go to the Wangshu Inn. Fair prices, great customer service, and a wonderful view.
It's like he's giving it to us very aggressively for like good advice.
One of Liyue's adepti told us about it.
Did they now? I somehow doubt that.
You should not doubt it. It was I who sent them to investigate.
Ooh.
Any further questioning, you may direct to me.
He will kick your ass, dude.
Did you just appear out of thin air?
That's an adeptus for you.
You're the vigilant Yaksha!
Hey, watch your tone of voice. Or do you seriously want to pick a fight with an adeptus?
Okay, it's not that we don't believe you're an Adeptus. It's just everyone needs to look at the bigger picture here.
As you well know, we treasure hoarders are no serious threat to anyone. We're petty criminals, that's all.
So if you are truly an Adeptus, please show us some mercy, would you?
That's not really his thing.
Of course, if it turns out you're not a real Adeptus.
Then please, don't blame our weapons for treating everyone equally.
Kick their ass.
Please, my heroic friend and Adeptus buddy, have mercy.
The letter is drivel anyway. It's not worth an armed conflict. Just take it.
How about that? Paimon knew it all along. Let's see what they wrote.
I see. Then let us send these two to the meeting. The sender may be plotting something truly diabolical for the Lantern Rite. It seems they want to burn down the entire city.
Great, everyone's happy. You're
Terrible
good.
spot.
We're good. However...
These two, they don't look anything like us.
It'll be fine. When we're in disguise, no one will be the wiser.
Yes, Paimon,
It
because
still
you won't stick
seems
out
like
at
a
all.
long shot to me, but with the help of an Adeptus, hopefully everything will turn out fine.
Well, the safety of Liyue is in your hands now. Good luck. Even the treasure hoarders don't want to see the city burned to the ground.
Then it
Otherwise,
is
who'd you steal
settled.
from?
What is it?
Next time we meet,
Huh?
let's make it somewhere with a view of the Moonchild Lantern. Huh.
I am not partial to crowded areas, especially at this time of the year. When this matter is resolved, come to Wangshu Inn.
I'll buy you
In
a beer.
previous years, the Mingxiao Lantern has been visible even from there.
He's vanished. Did he go back to Wangshu Inn already? But the time mentioned in the letter, that's today, isn't it?
Gotta get there fast.
Let's go to the meeting place.
All right, you folks from the treasure hoarders, yeah? I thought I insinuated in my letter there that you should have done like I done and put on a mask and a costume and so forth. But it seems you didn't all get the memo. It's pretty cool though. Gutsy.
This isn't gonna go the way you think it is, dude.
Well, guess what? We don't need to go sneaking around everywhere wearing disguises because unlike you, we would never do anything so shameful that we would need to wear masks while doing it.
Way to go, Paimon.
I was in the middle of my speech and
This is pretty cool,
Wait
though.
a second now. You folks ain't no treasure hoarders. What game are you two playing?
Game of kicking your ass.
nowhere to hide.
Well, that was cool.
Don't blink. Tell us your diabolical plan now!
Okay, I give up.
Give up now, or feel the wrath of my Paimonial!
My Paimonial?
You're giving up just like that?
I'm just a lowly apprentice thief who really looks up to the treasure hoarders.
You want to be a part of their gang.
Apprentice thief?
Yeah, for a greenhorn like me, especially working on my own and all, the treasure hoarders? Oh, man, they're my heroes.
Wait a second.
So, I thought I'd try and set up some sort of lucrative opportunity and submit my pledge of loyalty.
Wait a second. None of this is making any sense. Paimon was expecting a serial arsonist to be someone more sinister, evil-looking. But instead, we get you.
Listen, what the heck are you talking about?
Don't pretend. Paimon's seen you loitering around piles of highly flammable materials.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. But I was only checking the place out. My plan ain't got nothing to do with those lantern construction materials.
Are you serious?
Well, I just wanted to nab me the biggest chunk of plaustrite in 20 years is all. I was gonna wait till nightfall, chop off half the tethers, float it out to sea.
Oh.
Then, all I'd have to do is find some way or another of bringing it down, so I could hide it underwater in the shallows. The perfect crime.
For a perfect crime, it sure has a lot of holes. For example, how exactly were you planning to bring down the plaustrite once it was airborne?
I was still in the process of figuring out the details, hence why I hadn't made my move yet.
This guy is an imbecile. Okay, let's
That's why
teach
he's
him a
not part of the
lesson.
treasure hoarders yet.
Now that the Millilith have gotten hold of that idiot, let's head back. We can notify the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Traveler, word spreads fast. We will keep watch over the thief. Thanks for your help. Looks like the Mingxiao lantern will be ready soon. A critical juncture. We cannot afford the slightest interference.
Top competing lantern right
Rest easy. Word was passed up the chain. Another group of very capable troops have been brought in. They're dressed as ordinary citizens. You wouldn't notice them in the crowd. If anyone dares make a move, they'll be on them in an instant. That's sorted then. You two get some rest, we'll take it from here. Enjoy the lantern rite in peace.
So, Paimon supposes that's taken care
Seems a
of
little too
then.
easy.
Yeah.
Paimon wishes so too. Guess he won't make it this time. Wait, do you remember what the inspiration for the Mingxiao lantern was?
Skybracer sounds about
So
right.
if it's modeled on an Adeptus, maybe Xiao would be interested this time. On the day the Mingxiao lantern is ready, we can meet him at Wangshuin like he suggested, then try to persuade him. Even though he said you can see the Mingxiao lantern from Wangshuin, we should get up close if we want to get that festival atmosphere.
Pretty view.
So is the matter resolved?
You took care of it, but
Good.
you're not going to see the Mingxiao lantern.
No. As I said, I
My
am not
curmudgeon.
partial to crowded areas, especially at this time of the year.
But it's about Skybracer.
Yeah, it's a super impressive looking giant deer. Let's go take a look together.
Skybracer. A Mingxiao lantern nonetheless. A fleeting creation of human hand. It means nothing to me. If this short-lived
How much does mean
spectacle
anything
is
to you?
one you wish to witness, I suggest you go to the city.
He really won't go. Unless, let's go find the boss. She might have a few tricks up her sleeve.
Sounds like you and Xiao took care of business again.
Word certainly got around. The news even reached us here.
And yet another year's Lantern Rite will soon be over, and he still won't go and take a look.
All these long years, and I've never seen him attend the Lantern Rite. I'd go as far as to say it'd be easier bringing the festival to him than the other way around.
Bring the festival to him.
Nice idea.
Yeah, if Xiao won't go to the Lantern Rite, then let's bring the Lantern Rite to him.
Sorry.
Sounds easy enough, sure.
I didn't realize I was joking. How would you bring the Lantern Rite to him exactly?
When we were in the city checking out the festivities, we learned how to make Xiao lanterns. We even found a food stall serving local delicacies. So much tasty food! So many pretty Xiao lanterns! Not to mention, what else? Oh, the bygone heroes! His old friends! Aren't those the heart and soul of the Lantern Rite?
Just bring those things here, yeah.
But where would we settle that up?
Now that you mention it, I wonder. We need enough space to set up our own stall. There might just be enough room below the inn. Hey, let's take a look and choose a space. I believe I know the kind of stall you're after. There should be a few styles we can reference. Let me think. Here's not too bad. And it's safely away from all the foot traffic. Fitting choice. We've got ourselves a nice spot. Now we need to build a proper stall. I've thought about it, and I believe I know roughly how to go about it. If you'll excuse me for a moment, I'll try to figure out where to start. And voila!
That was really quick, dude.
Rough around the edges, but it should serve us well. What do you think?
Expert carpentry.
It's no big deal. Just a little bit of DIY that I picked up years ago. I've forgotten most of it, actually.
Oh, sure.
Well, we can check the stall off our to-do
Yeah, it
list.
definitely looks like you forgot.
It looks quite festive decorated with that Xiao lantern, wouldn't you say?
YouTube videos on carpentry, dude. How to build a cart in like
yes,
5 seconds.
But in my generation, it's just the norm for everyone who grew up in Liyue. Anyway, speaking of festivities, no celebration is complete without a feast. Do you know what you would like on the menu?
Almond tofu, that's for sure. We've made it for Xiao before.
And grilled tigerfish.
Almond tofu and grilled tigerfish. What an interesting combination of flavors. I'll have a word with Smiley Yan Xiao. He should be able to rustle those up in no time. Luckily, the inn's pantry contains all the necessary ingredients. Oh, it's about time to summon our honored guest. Could you fetch him? The food should be ready by the time you come down.
What now?
I'd like you to come to the Lantern Rite with us.
We've had the talk about crowded places. Do not make me repeat myself.
This is the 3rd time you said it.
Best you go alone.
We're not going to Liyue Harbor.
What is that supposed to mean?
We brought the festival to you, Chow.
You brought the festival to me?
Okay, so there's a bunch of delicious snacks just laid out below the inn, and a bunch of Xiao lanterns, and there's practically no one else around to have to worry about.
All Paimon's idea. Great idea.
Better hurry up, or the food's gonna go cold. Come on down.
I wonder if he's even gonna appreciate it.
Your very own miniature Lantern Rite Festival. Well, if it doesn't look mouth-watering.
So this is what you meant by bringing the festival to me? Is there no end to the peculiarities of human behavior?
Yep.
Does it serve any grander purpose?
Dude.
Yeah, Lantern Rite is meant to include everyone.
Is that so? Human motives defy my attempts to fathom them.
Less fathoming, more eating. Come on, dig in before it gets cold.
Don't ruin this for Paimon.
Okay,
She worked really hard.
Concentrate on eating now. Now that we're done with the most important part of the celebration, we should be heading out to see the Ming Xiao Lantern.
You may take your leave. There's nothing for me over there.
Oh, Vigilant Yaksha, please escort us safely.
The Ming Xiao Lantern may not be your thing, but surely there's no harm in taking a walk with us. The road from here to Liyue Harbor is long and full of dangers. We need someone to ensure our safety.
Laid it on a little thick, Paimon.
Nobody says you have to enter the city. You can just see us off at the outskirts.
So be it. I shall accept your proposal.
There you go. All right, time to hit the road.
This is as far as I will go. Please see yourselves into the city. What now?
You are obviously one of the heroes this festival is all about. Why don't you want to get involved?
I detest the rabble. No cares in the world. So peaceful, so joyful. They are nothing like me. Too long
You're
have I
definitely not
spent
peaceful and joyful.
slaughtering, accompanied by the burden of suffering that follows in its wake. Crossing paths with all those jubilant people will only make me
angry.
That's all I have to say. Farewell.
Sure you don't want to go with us? But ask him again.
Really so enamored with such trivial amusements?
Yeah, you just gonna be a bummer, like run this whole thing.
This is a legitimate festival, not some trivial amusement.
Tell him, Paimon.
Legitimate. Enough. Go watch your lanterns.
Suppose you didn't do like air
Stay
quotes,
vigilant.
lanterns.
Keep your eyes open for any menace. If you find yourself in trouble, speak my name.
Thanks, Shao.
Anywhere, anytime. Whether yours or Liyue's, I hear all cries for help, all prayers for peace, and all the wishes carried by the lanterns.
I get why he's better.
Whether yours or Liyue's.
Is ready for the festival? Here it is. Cool. I like the music. Oh, he's watching it. I mean, away from everyone else, but he's still watching it. He even looks impressed by its beauty. Damn.
Yeah.
That's a grand finale. That ending was really nice. Like I said, I like the music. Just beautiful with all the lanterns going up there, and then the Adeptus, whatever, like running around, or I guess it was the main big lantern, Ming Shao lantern.
Yeah, that big lantern was beautiful. I couldn't help but think of Tangled when I was watching this. There's a light. I don't know that you've ever seen Tangled, but there's a a lantern ceremony in that one as well. That happens every year on Rapunzel's birthday that she watches from her tower.
Nice.
And then she finally gets to be there in person for one of them. Okay. And yeah, it gave me that same feel because it is so beautiful to see all of these lights just kind of going up into the night sky. And like every one of them, you just think it's like, every one of them is a wish. Like all those wishes going out into the world. I don't know. It feels like a very positive and like warm fuzzies kind of ceremony.
Yeah, I agree. And all the delicious food. It's always just fun seeing Paimon get all jazzed for that the food and just like all excited. And she'd have a bottomless stomach.
Yeah, this was a great showcasing episode for Paimon. I mean, she asked about money. She was very focused on food, and she got sassy when people didn't have the right attitude. It was a great showcasing episode for Paimon. And
who tell us one that we character quest that we saw before this? I thought like that was gonna come back in here because we saw the one girl that like was friends with Big G, who like made lanterns for the festival.
Yeah,
And
that's what I thought, too.
they talked about the festival coming up, so I thought we might see Hu Tao, but yeah, unfortunately we did not.
No, we did not. But I did remember, because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, oh, the lantern lady. Like, we're kind of, obviously we're not following her story specifically, but like she's kind of going to be an adjacent through line from one of these to the next. But
yeah, but that did not end up happening. Xiao, like I said, we know why he is the way he is, and can't say that I would handle it any better. So it was nice there at the end to see him like taking that beauty and like actually like see him like affect it and see something other than just I don't know, anger within him.
Yeah, it was nice to see him at the end.
Yeah,
he looked peaceful.
Yeah, exactly. He did look peaceful and like almost moved a little bit. Let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments. And if you want early ad-free access to our Genshin Impact reactions, check out Patreon or join our YouTube membership. Thanks so much for seeing our reaction for the Genshin Impact Lantern Rite Festival, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.